Welcome to Ultimate Survival Gear. Today, as you guys can see, I have something else from Salomon. Always great to review stuff from Salomon. Let's open up the box and see what it is. And this is their brand new Salomon PREDICT SOC 2. And I have reviewed their SOC 1, which was just SOC version. And I was really impressed, so I was very excited to do this review. This is a new arrival from Salomon. The Amazon link is in the description below, and also the Salomon website link in the description below as well. I recently started adding the Salomon website links just in case, because I've noticed that sometimes Salomons, they do have their own promotions going on their website, so make sure to check out both of the links. Currently $130, but I expect it to go a little bit lower. We will talk about the price later. But let's get into the review. As some of you know, this is not just a regular shoe or boot review. This review is specifically for my Ultimate Survival boots section. And yes, I know these are not boots, these are shoes, but imagine if these were the shoes that you were wearing, or maybe you had them in the house and something bad happened and you had to put these on, or maybe you're already wearing them and now you had to run, climb, fight, do whatever's necessary to survive. You had to travel for miles and miles to get to the safety. Would these be good for that sort of stuff, or would they get you killed? Well, how do we make the judgment? We make the judgment based on 8 different criteria. Let's begin. Criteria number 1, of course, the comfort level. And in order to test the comfort level of all the boots and shoes that I review on this channel, I do a 3-mile run, non-stop, and then a 5-mile walk, again, non-stop, no pauses in between, and then I continue wearing the shoes or the boots that I review for the rest of the day, so that the total wear time is about 8 hours. And I have to say, I am even more impressed whenever it comes to the comfort level with these than I was with the SOC 2. Definitely an improvement over the first version. Let's talk about the factors that contribute to the comfort level. The very first one would be, of course, the weight. And I have my scale over here. This is size 10, and the size 10 is 9.5. Very good weight. Now, I always tell my viewers of my videos, if you want something that is lightweight, that is not gonna mess with your, on the long distance hike or something like that, or a long run, with the weight on your feet, giving you fatigue from the weight on your feet, you want something under 20 ounce. The more under 20 ounce it is, the lighter it gets, obviously, and the less fatigue, the less stress you will have from the shoe wear on your feet. The more over 20 ounce, now you get into the territory where you start feeling that fatigue. 9.5, less than a half of the weight. So absolutely fantastic. As a running shoe, as a trail running shoe, the weight is just great. I would not go any higher than 10 ounce for anything this small. Obviously, whenever we talk about the 20 ounce, we talk more about the mid-size, the full-size boots, right? But in the shoes, trail running shoes, I wouldn't go anything over 10 ounce unless there's really something magnificent of a protection of the outsole or something like that. 9.5 is fantastic. But we moving on to the flexibility of the outsole, which is another factor that contributes to the comfort level. And as you can see here, it is extremely flexible thanks to these grooves. As you can see, they're positioned very nicely in a very good creasing, because where you have the crease is gonna be the pressure point, which here is virtually non-existent because it's a very soft fabric out here, which we'll talk about later. But the flexibility of the outsole is excellent. Let's move on to the inner sole, and I'm gonna take it out so that you can take a look at it. And as you can see, nothing crazy over here. Decent arch support, actually very good job Salomon they did here with this outsole with arch support. Usually it's just floppy. Here it actually does offer good arch support, as you can see. The heel pad, decent heel pad as well. Not a lot of cushioning, but decent amount considering that the midsole is fairly soft. So you have all of that impact protection and then a little bit of the cushioning on the inner sole. So overall it works. Moving on, we have our padding in the shaft. So it definitely adds some comfort there. But the best part is the reason why this shoe is called sock. It is because this whole part of the shoe is like a sock. It's a very nice stretchy fabric that gives you a good hold, good wrap around your foot in the toe box, but at the same time is very soft, very comfortable to the touch. I mean, listen, you can wear these shoes without the socks and you will feel really good. And as you can see, it goes all the way around up to here, which does not only offer the comfort but also the support. So overall, I am very impressed with the comfort level of the shoe. Great job, Salomon. Let's move on to the criteria number 2 now, proofing and protection. Proofing wise, there's not much to talk about. They are now waterproof, so forget about it. Although this will dry very fast, which is a huge plus, I think. If you're getting something now waterproof, it better dry up fast. That's it. That's a good balance. If you're going with something waterproof, then you should have a decent amount of clearance for decent waterproofing. Here, there's no clearance, but it will dry up fast, so good balance. Protection-wise, there is really no protection in the toe box. This is super soft. There's no protection, obviously, in the ankles, not much in the heel. From the bottom, you do have some protection from the outsole with this harder contact grip rubber from Salomon, but still, keep in mind, this is not something that you want to drop a rock on your, if you're on a rocky road, watch out for those, all right? Let's move on to the criteria number 3, quality and the design features. Now, usually here I talk about the reviews. There's not a lot of reviews on these shoes just yet because they're new on the market, so there's only like 7 reviews on Amazon or something. But believe me, the reviews are coming. The longer the shoes are on the market, the more reviews there will be. And I am pretty sure the reviews are gonna be pretty good because these are pretty impressive. But quality-wise, Salomon, I mean, they're one of my favorite brands out there. I've trusted Salomon on a lot of hikes, a lot of things that I did with Salomon, and they have not let me down so far. In fact, my number 1 choice for ultimate survival boot is the Salomon boot. Yes, check it out. I have it on my channel. Now, whenever we talk about the design features, here I talk about the lacing system. It's very simplistic here. Honestly, I kind of wish that there was a quick lace system instead of the regular lacing system, but it's not bad, even though it's this flat, thin strings, the ones that I don't like, but it works here. There are really no hooks. It's just closed, sewn into the fabric, so I am kind of curious about how long this will last, because usually these are known to not last that very long, but we shall see. And if you do have experience of having these for a while, please let us know in the comments below. This will be very, very helpful. Let's move on to the criteria number 4 now. Outsole traction stability. So, whenever I do my run and my walk, I do it on a variety of different surfaces, starting with older asphalt, then going to the newer tarmac, then the dry sand, wet sand, dry grass, wet grass, rocky road, trail surface, concrete, marble tile, rubber, and then a rock wall. So, as you can see, this is more of a running sneaker. This is more of a running outsole. And so there is really practically no aggression on it. Keep that in mind. Wet grass, this is gonna be very slippery, very slippery. So if you're doing the trail run in these, which you can, just make sure that you are not doing it on a rainy day or something where there is slipperiness involved, all right, which is wetness. You don't want to run on wet sand. This is going to be very slippery, and obviously the wet grass, very slippery. Everything else though, this outsole handles very well. The sandy surfaces handles perfectly. The trail surface, as long as it is dry, it handles very well. Rocky road is doing just fine. Obviously asphalt, concrete, all of that sort of stuff, even marble and tile, this handles very good. But just that slippery wet stuff, watch out for that, because it's gonna be slippery on this one because there is no aggression. Let's move on to the criteria number 5, temperature. Now obviously there's no point of talking about cold temperatures here because this is not a winter boot. It's not made for cold temperatures. There is no waterproofing, no insulation, so scratch that. But in hot weathers, this is very nice and breathable, so I really do like it a lot. And like I said, you can wear these without the socks in case if it's extra hot, and well, it's still gonna be pretty good. Now let's move on to the criteria number 6 really quickly. Sizing. These are true to the size. Now because this is a running sneaker, you really don't have to get half a size bigger than your normal shoe size. I did just because it still works fine, but you can go with your normal shoe size. So if your normal shoe size is 9.5, get them in 9.5 and you will be just fine. They are true to the size, and the inside of the toe box is very soft, so it's not gonna bother you even if you are actually touching it with your toe. Let's move on to the criteria number 7, balance of application. So if these really were your ultimate survival shoes, would they be good? Would you survive in them, or would they get you killed? Well, these definitely do have their purpose. If you are the runner, all right, and your survival plan is to be as light as possible, as fast as possible, right? You leave the danger and you run towards the safety, and you want to run as fast as you can, and you want to get there as fast as you can, right? This is really good option. This is a fantastic option. This is a runner shoe. This is great. The only thing is, if you're planning to do that run through something that is wet, like for example trail, if you're running on the wet trail, you might find it a little bit difficult because you're definitely going to be unstable. So keep that in mind. Also, obviously, if you prefer to have even a little bit of the protection, again, this is not the choice for you because there's virtually no protection, no proofing, nothing. All right. So yes, it can be a good survival shoe if you are a runner, if you want lightweight, if you are not carrying anything heavy on you, and if you are not running through anything wet and slippery. So really it comes down to it being your personal choice of what kind of person you are. And the very last criterion that I wanted to mention here is the price. Now, the current price is $130. I think that price will eventually go down a little bit because, well, these are new on the market. They just came out, and obviously, whenever the stuff is new models come out, they're always going to be on the pricier side. And then they come down like $20, $30. They become less. $130 right now, as of right now, is definitely on the pricier side. There is a lot of pretty serious competition in that price range from Saucony, from Salewa, from La Sportiva, and even from the same Salomon. I mean, right now you can buy some older models of what they have, like for example XA Pro. You can get probably for like $80, and they are extremely impressive. They're a little bit heavier, but they have more protection. And as an ultimate trail running shoe, that is just it's fantastic. It's really hard to beat that shoe. So you really have to look at what you are looking for. And I mean, obviously, if you are looking for the latest model, then obviously this is the latest model. But if you are looking for more practicality and saving some money, you might look around some more. And like I said, I have reviewed everything I've mentioned just now, so check out my channel. If you found this video useful, please consider subscribing. If you want to help me out even more, please consider joining as a member to my channel. It's only $99 a month. Wait, not 99 cheese. It's only 99 cents. Holy cow. 99 cents a month. Really, it's really nothing. It doesn't give you anything extra, but it gives me some more resources to bring more quality content to you guys. So I really appreciate it. I appreciate your time and watching this review. Thank you very much, guys, and I will see you in the next video.